Welcome to teddytalks.com. In this video, we're going to look at Newton's third law of motion. Now, what does the law state? Newton's third law states that for every action, there is always an equal but opposite reaction. So we can write that for every action, there is an equal but opposite reaction. That is Newton's law. That when I am writing on the chalkboard, I am exerting a force on this chalkboard, and the chalkboard is also exerting the same force but in opposite directions. That if this is a body that is at rest, if you exert a force F1 on this body, this same body will also exert a force F1. Now, why are we putting a negative? Because the force is in an opposite direction to the force which you exerted. So that's what we call Newton's third law. Now, let us look at the applications of Newton's third law. We are going to look at a series of things that can be explained using Newton's third law, and we are calling it applications. Now, where do we find use of Newton's third law? Scenario number one is that when you're walking, you exert a force on the ground, and the ground exerts the similar force to you, and that helps you to move forward. Otherwise, if you start on the ground and it doesn't exert any force, then you can't move. That is application number one. When a person is jumping out of the boat, you realize that when you're jumping out of a vessel that is in water, this vessel, when you're jumping to the shore, the vessel moves backwards as you also get a push forwards. Now, that what causes that those are equal and opposite forces that are acting on you. Then, another thing is how is a bird able to fly in air? The reason a bird is able to fly in air is that when it is flapping its wings, the wings exert a force on air, a downward force on the air, and the air also exerts an upward force on the wings of the air, and for that reason, the bird is able to stay and move in air. Now, another thing where we apply Newton's third law is that when you kick a ball, you realize that when you're kicking it, assuming this is a ball, for this ball to be in position to move, the force you exert on this ball, assuming it is force M1, this ball will react by giving the similar force in opposite direction, and then this ball can set off at a velocity that can be calculated depending on the force that you exerted on that body. Now, all these are applications of Newton's third law. Now, let us try to write them one by one. That Newton's third law is used to explain the following. It's used to explain the following. Now, let us look at some of the explanations which Newton's law explains. One, that when a person jumps out of the boat to the shore, not shower, to the shore, comma, the boat moves backwards, and the person gets a forward push. Okay? 2. When swimming, the force exerted on the water by the swimmer is produced back from the water, and it pushes the swimmer forwards. It pushes the swimmer forwards. 3. A bird is able to stay in air. The bird is able to stay in air because its wings exert a downward force, and the air exerts an upward force. And many other examples or applications of Newton's third law. Now this has been a brief overview to Newton's third law. In the next clip, we are going to look at the lift problem. We're going to look at the lift problem.